Bana Congo to simana maboko. Congo elonga RDC.
Hello beautiful people and welcome to my channel. If it is your first time here, be sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment down so that I can welcome you to my channel, and also press notification bell if it isn't your first time. Hello darling, thank you so much for coming back. So today is a little fun video or whatever. You can tell I'm wearing a bit of African material here, you get me. But yeah, I've got the boards with me. But yeah, so today, as the title says, I will be doing the ethnicity tag. I don't know why I repeated that twice, but I will be doing the ethnicity tag. I've been watching a lot of them and I just loved it. I was like, guys, I want to add my own, all right? So the first question is, what is your ethnicity? So I am Congolese Rwandese. I was born in Congo, DRC, Lubumbashi to be specific. I am from the big DRC, Congo, the heart of Africa, and that, you know, that's where I'm from. But yeah, I'm Congolese Rwandese. The majority of this video will obviously focus on the Congolese side because that is what I know, that is where I grew up, and that is, yeah. So I am Congolese Rwandese, like I said. I was born in Congo, DRC, Lubumbashi to be specific, and yeah. Next question is, what is your name and what does it mean? So back home in Congo, my name is Dorcas. That's how we say it back home. Obviously here it's kind of like Dorcas. You know, every time somebody, oh, what's your name? I'm like, oh, my name is Dorcas. No. My name is Dorcas. Dorcas with a French accent to it. What does it mean? It's a biblical name and it basically means a woman of goodwill. What part of Congo were you born in? I was born in Lubumbashi. That's where they speak Swahili actually. So yeah, I was born in Lubumbashi where I obviously grew up speaking French and Swahili. Well, I wasn't speaking Swahili, but I was surrounded by Swahili. When was the last time you traveled to your country? I believe the last time I was there was 2015. It's been about 5 years now, 6 years, but you know, soon we'll be going back home. We'll be visiting very soon. Don't worry about that. What do you like the most about your culture? I just feel like the enjoyment is real. I was trying to think of the word in English because I kept thinking of ambiance, but like Congolese people just like to have a good time. Like whether it's a party or just being at home, for some reason it's like it's always a party. Like there's always this ambiance. It's like dancing, drinking, eating. That's one thing I just love it. Like I just love the ambiance in our culture. I definitely do that. And then, okay, so next question is, what are your ethnicity languages? That's the question. So Congo has a lot of languages, and almost like every part of Congo has its own language. But I grew up around Swahili, I grew up around French, I grew up around Lingala, and I also grew up around Kisonge and Chiluba. So I grew up around those 5 languages, but I can only speak 3 out of the 5. Yeah. So it now says that, do you speak your languages, and say a few things. So I speak French, obviously. Je parle français, je suis congolaise. J'habite en Angleterre pour l'instant. Ça fait quand même quelques années que je suis en Angleterre. Naloba Lingala, naza mwana Congo, mwana mboka, mwana Lubumbashi. Awa naza na Angleterre, nazo sala nasilisi kotanga, na yaki awa natanga na université, mais nasilisi kotanga na université. Et bongo siko nazo sala. Voilà. Jambo wenu, jina langu ni Dorcas, miko mtoto wa Lubumbashi. Me afsa sa minikalaka mu Angleterre. Mimmacula kwa Angleterre juu nifunde masomo me nishakwisha masomo sasa niko natumika. Yeah. My brain really went through a spasm doing all that because literally it's almost like unless I have to speak the language and it comes back, because other than that I start overthinking and then I don't make sense. But yeah, so that is French, Swahili, Lingala that I speak. What style represents your country and ethnicity? So, you know, Congolese people and sapology is a very, very serious thing, okay? We like to dress up, just in case you never knew about that. But we like to dress up, we like to show out, and sapology is our brand. Basically, sapology is our brand. Pointy shoes is our brand. Bukamapeka, what I'm wearing right now, off the shoulder, is our brand, because you know that the tontine will be wearing off the shoulder maputa, like different styles with ruffles, with everything like this. But like off the shoulder is such a thing in Congo, and they'll be wearing it with maputa and then they'll like tie it up. So I'll insert some pictures so you guys can get what I mean. So Bukamapeka is our brand, Liputa is our brand, colorful suits is our brand. I'm actually done. Colorful suits, yeah, with the socks to match is our brand, okay? I'm gonna insert the pictures because you know, you can tell that this is a Congolese person. When you look at the shoe, when the shoe's doing this, you know it's Congolese. When the suit is matching the socks and matching the trousers, you know it's Congolese. When the Gucci glasses is matching the Gucci belt and the Gucci trousers and the Gucci shirt and the Gucci shoes, you know it's Congolese. So those, you can pinpoint a Congolese guy. When you go to a wedding and you see a man wearing sunglasses indoors, and it's usually like these sunglasses that are shaped like owl eyes for some reason, it's a Congolese uncle. Yeah, like those are the sort of like styles I can think of from the top of my head. But yeah, so what kind of drinks represent your country? So obviously we're well known for the beers that we do, but my personal favorite, because I don't like beer, no, the ghetto. Anyway, my personal favorite drink, and it really breaks my heart because I have not had this drink in years, is Vitalo. Guys, Grenadine Vitalo. That drink, I don't know what they put in it. It's basically Fanta raspberry. It's almost like Fanta strawberry, sorry, not raspberry. If you've tried Fanta raspberry, it's almost like that, but it's nicer. It's like 10 times nicer than Fanta strawberry, for crying out loud. It is so much nicer than Fanta strawberry. Like, oh. The next one is Congolese. Name your Congolese favorite artist. So I actually listen to more gospel Congolese than other kind of music, but I do have a bit of a variation. I really like Kofi, I like Fali Pupa, of course. I like Micah Lambai, I like Yalevis, I like Charles Mombaya, which is more like the old school, you know, Marine Samu. Who else? Moïse Mbiye, Micheline Chabani, Frère Patrick. Those are the kind of like people I listen to. Speaking of music, what song reminds you of where you are from? Every time I hear Chalamwana, it definitely reminds me of my home. Every time I hear like old school Congolese gospel, definitely think of my country. It's time I hear like, for some reason as well actually, every time I hear Zouk, so I'm gonna add into my favorite, it's Congolese Angolian, So I guess it makes sense. Keisha, who? So Keisha sings Zouk kind of music, and I really like Zouk. So every time I hear his songs, I think of home. So then there is your favorite food, which is probably my favorite question, to be very honest. So I'm going to share with you guys some of my favorite Congolese food. One, ntaba na kwanga. Ntaba is basically barbecued goat meat, and kwanga is kwanga. I don't know how to explain it. It's cassava. It's made out of cassava. I'll insert a picture because there's literally. And then when you have that, add pili pili. Oh, beautiful. And then there is ngai ngai, fufu, na makayabu. My goodness, what a combination. And then there's also, this is more like a dessert kind of thing, mikate and pata rashid, mwamba. My goodness. I'm even getting hungry right now. I'm genuinely getting hungry right now. And there's also liboke and kwanga, na pilipili. Oh my gosh. And you know, all those foods I just named have a vitalo on the side. You're all done. You don't even need nothing else. You don't need nothing else. I'm actually so upset because all these foods I've named I've not had in years. Guys, if I can just carry on just naming all these foods, I'm just gonna cry because it's really sad. It's actually really sad. Name your favorite childhood memory from back home. One thing I really loved anyway is the fact that where I grew up in this massive like house, and we had a massive garden, and in that garden we had like variation of mango trees. And obviously by now you guys know I have this massive obsession with mangoes. Like I love mangoes so much. So we had all these different variations of mangoes. We had like the little mangoes, the big mangoes, the curvy mangoes. We had all these types of mangoes. And I just remember that we just used to eat mangoes. We had mangoes, we had guavas, we had bananas, we had avocado. So literally like fruits were just there. It was just there. So I just remember like spending a lot of afternoon in the garden just eating bare fruits. That's probably one of my favorite memories back home. Another memory as well, like my mom and I used to go on like road trips. Like we would drive to Likasi and all those sort of things, which is kind of like the village side where we would go, and then we'll meet with like the village people and we'll buy fruits and everything off of them and all those sort of things. So that it was like a road trip. I really enjoyed that. One of my fondest memories is basically like up to now, every time I walk into a flower shop I think of it. So my mom had this one friend who was a florist, and we used to go to her shop so much that scent stayed with me till now. And it's so weird, like there's times when I would just smell one flower and I'll just remember walking into that store. So that's probably like one of my favorite childhood memories. And I'm gonna say what I don't like about my culture. One thing I don't like about my culture is just the songi, like aunties. Congolese aunties like to exaggerate. I feel like it's not just Congolese aunties, but it's one thing, like Congolese people like gossip. Like they really like gossip, and it's one of those like the gossip is they're gonna add spice and salt and and they just exaggerate the situation. They can see you in the corner just, you know, speaking to one person, and the way the story is gonna get to your mom is gonna be some sort of like, oh, namona kie, asma garçon, It's just like, come on now, like you saw me speaking to a friend, like, you know, I don't. Abandini Bali, oh, stop it. Why you gotta be so extra for, you know, like it's just they exaggerate, and they just like songi is basically gossip, and the gossip half the time is not true. So that's probably one thing I don't like about it. And obviously like typically we have the the political situations, which again I really don't want to get into. But yeah, like Congo is supposed to be one of the richest countries, yet it's one that is struggling the most because the government is not doing what, like, you know, the corruption and all that jazz. That is not really a surprise. That is an issue, unfortunately. But I believe in the new generation. I believe that this new generation of Congolese young people are definitely going to change the story of Congo, and I genuinely hope that I will be one of the people participating in the change of bettering Congo. But yeah guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comment section below where you're from, because I love meeting other Congolese people, because I'm barely ever around other Congolese people. So if you're Congolese, hey sister, how you doing? If you're not Congolese as well, like, hey, how you doing? It's still the same, you're still welcome, it's still one house here. But yeah, I just get really excited when I meet other Congolese people. Because again, like I said, I'm surrounded by Kenyans, Nigerians, Ghanaians, I'm surrounded by Zambians, I'm surrounded by so many people but Congolese people. So yeah, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will definitely see you in my next one. Bye.